I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
How many times can you say good? You said like good
One,
and
two, three,
you said it about
4,
15 times.
5. What? I'm trying.
I,
What?
I would say 15 times.
I'm in a good mood, Kyle. Can you? I'm in a good mood.
All right, no, that's fine. I mean, I can't blame if you're in a good mood. Then that's awesome.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Anyways, getting to the topic here, we're going to start off with some very sad news that happened over this week with the passing of Dr. Jerry Buss.
Yeah, that guy.
He was an inspirational to all basketball owners everywhere.
He was.
And you have a phone call. But,
yes, I do. But
we'll you can answer that phone call, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Dr.
Hello?
Jerry Buss. I mean, the guy, he had so much God-given ability for the Lakers to just absolutely just take him to 10 championships in LA and then just absolutely become one of the most respected owners of all time.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick, what were some of your best Jerry Buss moments?
Well, one of my best Jerry Buss moments, is a little off topic, is the fact that he took another team that he owns, the LA Kings, to the Stanley Cup, their first Stanley Cup. But the fact is, leading your team as he did, and doing what he did with his company, and doing what he did with the state, what he did with the Lakers from when he first started with Magic Johnson and going all the way up till now. That's all I have. That's what I have to say. Be right back, folks.
All right, so he'll be right back. Of course, he's got a. You're pretty popular all of a sudden today, aren't you?
Hello.
Well, this guy is just absolutely popular. One of my best Jerry Buss moments was with Shaquille O'Neal, and he had Kobe Bryant, obviously from the 1999, 2000, 2001. I mean, the guy just had God-given talent, as I said before. I mean, you can't take away the man's bragging rights. I mean, sure, he kind of had some problems here and there, but overall, I mean, as a Laker fan, truly myself, I mean, I cried a little bit when he died. Like, no joke. I absolutely cried.
Hey, Kyle, by the way, guess what?
What?
I have a special. Sorry, folks, I'm back. I have a special guest right now. One of our another one of our great guys is watching our podcast right now.
Oh God, I can only imagine who.
He's let's just say this. He's Hispanic. He's chubby, and a lot of people, and he likes wearing shark stuff all the time.
Oh Lord, put him on speaker.
You're on speaker. Say hello, Chris.
We can barely even hear him. Hold on.
Turn
the volume up. There you go. There you go.
There you go, Chris. You're on air, man. What's
up?
All
right, what's going on, Chris? How you doing?
Chilling.
All right, but well, your voice level's kind of going up, so that's okay. So, Dr. Jerry Buss' death. Your thoughts?
It sucks. Hopefully, they get someone better for the Lakers.
I mean, obviously, who do you think's going to be the since the Jerry Buss has moved on, Nick? Who do you think's going to be the
I think it's going to stay. It's going to stay in the family.
I mean, I know that, but who do you think? You think his wife should take over, or do you think his son?
I would prefer his son, because I don't know about his wife. His wife, have you seen her?
Yeah, I've seen her.
She doesn't look the type. Like, she looks like if she was given the team, it would be like it would be like one of, I'll put it like this. It'd be like watching Major League, you know.
Oh God.
You know, they own someone. This person owns the team, but they want to move it somewhere else, and they want to sell it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like one of them moments.
Oh Lord.
All the Kings in there.
Well, actually, the Kings are kind of in that scenario right now.
They are. But my thing is, for most people that don't know, is that actually the Kings are actually moved from Seattle to Sacramento before they actually.
No, they were in Kansas City, but then they
kind of moved to
Sacramento. And then they have a possibility to become the Supersonics again. But still staying on topic, hey, Chris, let me ask you something. What was your favorite Dr. Jerry Buss moment, if you remember any?
I don't really remember any.
Well, you're a Kings fan.
I'm not a Lakers fan, dude. I'm not a Lakers fan, dude.
Well, I know, but if you had a pick back in the past, I mean, Nick's not obviously a Laker fan, but he remembers some moments.
Well, that's Nick. He's weird.
Oh God.
Now, Chris.
Well, that's just being a true sports fan. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly, Chris.
About the Kings, but like they were saying yesterday on the news, that they don't know where they're going to put an arena over there, so they might not go.
But that is true. But the fact is, technically, the Sonics technically already have an arena already up there. There's already an
But they
arena
want to
up
put
there.
a new one.
Yeah, I understand they do. But this is my thing is, from what I've heard, I don't know.
Hold on, now, before we get to that topic, though, I don't mean to interrupt you or anything, but I just want to say how Jerry Buss died. It was a short battle with cancer, and he died at 5:55 a.m. So that was very Monday morning is when he died. And they had a memorial service, too, to honor, especially with the Celtics coming into the hatred of the Boston Celtics coming into La La Land.
Yeah,
And then the Lakers just absolutely just thrashed them, which Dwight Howard had the emotional spark to his game.
Oh, yeah.
24 points and 12 boards. I mean, I think that's the spark he's been looking for all season long. Can you just imagine if he was been playing like that all season long?
The Lakers would actually be having a chance instead of the another team that's in LA that's actually having the opportunity that they.
Hey, the Clippers are actually doing phenomenal. I mean, I don't hate the Clippers, but
2 words, Griffin.
Not just him, but they got the bench. They got the stars on the bench.
Yeah, oh my.
You know, it reminds me of something. The Clippers bench.
Magic Johnson days.
No, not that. It kind of reminds me of former Lakers stars that played on the Lakers bench.
Oh yeah, like
Lamar Odom, for an example.
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, too,
I miss having him. Like
when I look at it too, if I look at a lot of the training staff and a lot of the some of the coaching staff I've actually looked up on for the Clippers actually used to be in the LA Lakers organization. So what does that tell you?
Yeah. I feel you. Chris, what do you think, man? If he's still with us.
He's there.
Yeah, I'm here. You guys have so I wasn't even listening.
He wasn't even listening. He's getting a little bored with our podcast anyways. But overall, I mean, do you see the Clippers being maybe a 3 seed or a 4 seed possibly?
Actually, if I'm the way I'm looking at it right now, they could actually be a I would say I'm saying as much as maybe a 3 to 2 seeder.
Okay.
Just because of the fact, if you look at the way they've been performing, the
Spurs obviously they haven't even showed.
Don't even get me started with the Spurs. That team right there is they're the Cinderella team this year.
No, not the Cinderella team. They're the number 2 seed.
But they have.
I believe they're number 2. So actually, let me check. Let me check the rankings.
But if you look at it, Kyle, they have if you look at the Spurs, they technically
next. Oh, wait, oops, wrong one. No, that's not right now. Ranking standings. That's what I was trying to.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this: if you look at the Spurs, just look at the way they are, that team is just like, oh my God, is aggressive. And of course.
All right, so here are the standings for the Eastern Conference. We have obviously Miami number 1. My pick to go to the finals, the New York Knicks number 2. Yes, and that's right. I did pick the Knicks.
You're really saying the Knicks.
I said the Knicks before the season started.
I'm actually right now having a kind of a problem with the Knicks because lately their performance, they've been dropping down a bit, and I'm worried that I'm worried about a team that's actually in 3rd place right now.
The Indiana Pacers, Richard Reyes' favorite team.
Oh,
the Indiana Pacers. I'm kind of rooting for them as well.
But what I'm worried about is this. Indiana, if you look at Indiana right now, the way they've been playing lately, they have the opportunity to actually kick New York out of that and drop New York. And
the possible second round match if they even get that far.
Exactly.
Going through 4 through 8 in order.
And also
you have Brooklyn, Chicago, Atlanta, Boston, Milwaukee.
But that's another team that I'm worried about too is Chicago. Chicago with Noah and everything has been playing pretty phenomenal. And I'm not trying to be biased as a fan. I'm just saying that if you look at Chicago lately, they've been showing some performance as well. Don't you agree?
But again, they got to get their bench going, and then we lost Chris on the other end as he got bored with our conversation. But you can call Nick's phone if you want. You want to know your cell phone number, Nick? Tell the fans your cell phone number so that way they can call in.
It is
209-623
9104.
There you go. 623-9104. That's the area code. 209. Yeah. But actually made a mistake. San Antonio's the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and Oklahoma City's 2, Clippers 3, Memphis 4, Denver 5, Golden State 6, Utah 7, and Houston 8.
But another team in the East that I'm actually, even though they're not high right now in the rankings, I am technically kind of worried about them actually maybe, and I'm saying this, maybe making an appearance in the playoffs.
That's Milwaukee?
Milwaukee, that's one. The other team I'm worried about too, and I'm saying this, and I'm giving them a shot, is they've been performing pretty well lately as well, and that's Toronto.
Toronto, maybe, but I'd say Philly would have a better shot.
Philly does have more of the opportunity, but if you look at Toronto, like, come on, look at some of the games they've been playing lately. They are developing very well, and they have the potential for that to go out there and actually maybe make an appearance.
And looks like Chris might be calling back in, so let's get him back on the line. And
Welcome back, Chris.
What's up, man? I lost the call.
You lost the call. Oh well. Well, hey, that happens though. But like I said, like I said before for last semester's show, I said the Thunder were going to go to the finals. My second team would be the Clippers. If the Oklahoma City doesn't go, then it'll be like the Clippers or somebody. And then my other team, as I said, would be the New York Knicks. So it'd be like the Thunder Knicks finals. So that would be interesting. But I want to see that.
But if I go out to the West and I'm actually looking at this, and it's not because it's my one of our favorite teams that I'm looking at.
Denver Nuggets.
Yeah, but if I have to see a team that I would say that goes out there, that could be a potential appearance maker for the Western Conference.
Yeah.
In the Western Conference, I would have to say Denver.
Denver, they got the young, scrappy team, yeah.
San Antonio.
San Antonio's number one.
Yeah, San Antonio most definitely is going to make an appearance. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They're going. Oklahoma.
They don't show any age.
No.
San Antonio. Tim Duncan. I mean, he's still looking like the Tim Duncan of his prime. Same with Tony Parker. And you got Ginobili, and then you got this superb bench that they got.
Another team that might make an appearance, but I'm not saying they will or they won't. The other team I'm looking at them lately, and it's coming like this, and Daniel, if he's watching right now, is probably going to say I love Nick, but I have to say Golden State is actually looking like a team that could potentially make an appearance.
Let's take a look at the standings. Golden State is number 6 right now in the Western Conference standings, so it's very likely that they could make the playoffs.
Yeah, they could.
The only differential is minus 0.3, but hey, if they can make the playoffs, then
of course, the one team that everyone knows that gives me the biggest headache in the world, they have another opportunity to make it as well.
Memphis Grizzlies, of course, the number
that
4
team drives me insane.
What? You are so biased.
No, I am not. Have you seen some of the call? Have you watched some of their games?
That's biasism.
Have you watched some of their games? Okay, let me ask you this. When you watch a Memphis game, how many honestly, and I'm telling you this honestly, how many times do you see a player from the other team actually have to be helped off to go be checked out by a medic?
Oh, you just, it's like you and the Chicago Cubs. You always got an excuse for when they win.
Now with Chicago, with Chicago, I'm a Cardinals fan. And with Chicago, Cardinals...
Obviously you can look at the Cardinals hat.
Cardinals and Chicago don't like each other. Come on, look who's talking. That's like going up and saying the Indian. That's like going up and looking at if we're going to go in the AL. We'll bring that up. Let's look at another two teams that don't like each other.
Boston, New York.
Yeah, another team that doesn't like each other, and this is in Chicago as well. The Indians from Cleveland and White Sox hate each other. That team hates each other, and you know it.
I'm not denying that. They do have some rivalry in there. Obviously, Giants, Dodgers, but we're talking about basketball here.
Giants, now.
Okay,
right
we'll get to that in a little bit.
There, you're kind of wrong on that. That's not a rivalry. That's right there. That's a war.
That's a war.
Giants and Dodgers that's a war. People have died because of those two teams for just wearing the wrong jersey at the wrong stadium. People have died because of that.
Well, I'm not denying that, but you gotta we'll talk about that in a different segment. But overall, getting back to the NBA segment, who are your picks? NBA Finals, as you said before.
Oh, if I have to see a team in the NBA Finals, most definitely going to be San Antonio.
Here you go, back on the bandwagon again.
That's just because I like both Chicago and San Antonio. That is not bandwagon.
Oh.
I grew up liking Chicago. Deal with it.
Even Chris is all you.
And plus, my Uncle Wayne, who recently passed away, was a Chicago fan. That's another reason why I give a lot of support to Chicago, to the Chicago Bulls and the Chicago Bears. All right. Because of the fact that my Uncle Wayne
actually, this kind of... Okay, I've said this before, but this boggles my mind. You support the Bulls and the Bears, but you hate the Cubs.
I'm a Cardinals fan.
Well, that's no goddamn excuse for that. But overall, I'm just saying this
Cardinal-
personally.
Once again, I'm saying this once again, and I will explain it slowly so that your brain can take this in.
No, it's already been in. It's just it still boggles my mind. But I just want to say, who are your picks for the NBA Finals? I know you said the Spurs, obviously.
And then
I said the Thunder.
No,
Obviously with Durant.
I don't know. about
Actually,
the
but then
Thunder.
again, when they did lose James Harden, so it kind of weakens their bench.
That's what I'm saying. And another team that I'm actually thinking and I'm not saying they are, and I'm not saying they aren't, but could make the appearance. And I'm looking at it right now. If all they have to do is just get organized a little bit more, and just get some more wins, and they have a chance. I'm gonna say Golden State could actually make an appearance.
Well, they're young. They got players that are really good and really in the. They're not veterans, but they're already in their prime and everything in between.
Yes.
Stephen Curry obviously is one example of that.
But another team too that's in California that also could have the potential to face the Spurs in the finals, and I would love to see that as well.
The Clippers.
Yes, the Clippers, most
The
definitely.
Clippers, CP3, Blake Griffin, Odom, and then you got like
Blake Griffin. My God, that right there is the next. And eventually you're gonna see some shoes called BGs.
and BGs. It's like the music group back in the 70s called the Bee Gees. Staying alive, okay, yeah.
But I don't think we're going to see Blake Griffin doing that on a shoe commercial. But I'm just saying that it's going to.
He's in the Kia commercials, so you can't.
Yeah,
really...
but I'm just saying that we're going to see this because right now Blake Griffin has the potential to be the next Michael Jordan. I'm just saying that. I'm saying it. Everyone's thinking it. Blake Griffin, next Michael Jordan.
I'm not so sure about that. But everybody's saying then you're going to have obviously the LeBron and the Michael Jordan comparison. That's like saying Kobe can be him, comparing him to Jordan. Then I've heard experts say LeBron is a better athlete than Michael Jordan.
I've heard LeBron. I'm not doubting that LeBron James isn't good. LeBron James has a great skill, but LeBron. I'm going to put this like this that most people are afraid to say. LeBron James is LeBron James. All right, because why is that?
He's all around.
Yeah,
for number one, because he gets
one.
the points, and then he's like Magic Johnson.
That's who I would think he's more.
Yeah,
like.
that was gonna be my next point.
But the other thing is too about LeBron James that I do like and I don't like about him is the fact that a lot of the officials that in the games that are playing right now do not like LeBron for the fact that he left the Cavaliers.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, people do hate him for that, obviously, but he did win a championship ring. He got the monkey off his back.
But come on, but for an official, like, did you watch the recent Miami game where
I guess the Bulls.
Yeah, where LeBron I was watching this and I didn't like it very much. I thought it was I was watching it and I was going for the Bulls, but I was watching.
Well, obviously, yes,
there was
you're
one
a Bulls
call.
fan.
There was one call that was made. That an official made, where LeBron James clearly did not do anything, and he got called. He got called for.
He drew a foul. You mean?
Yeah, and that foul had he didn't do anything to get the foul. He was just being himself. He was just being himself, and he just went like that, and that's not that. That's
how stupid sometimes the NBA is.
Yeah, okay, Kyle. That's a foul, right? That's a foul, right? That's a foul.
That's not even that's just like.
Chris, is this a foul? If you do that to somebody on the court, would you consider that a foul?
It is to be pushing too hard.
He didn't go like that. He just was. The ball wasn't even in play, and he just goes like this.
All right, so yeah, before this gets a little out of control, we are going to take a big commercial break. Not a big one, but it'll be like a minor short one. Of course,
It will be like
it's a music break. Let's just leave it at that. But when we come back, obviously, we are going to talk about some of the trade deadline deals that could have happened, but they just didn't happen at all whatsoever. So with that said, Cowboy Nick here, and I'm Kyle and Lodi Richards, but we're actually here in Stockton right now. We're the Cowboy Sports and Thunder Show podcast. Of course, we got a lot more to come. This is a 2-hour show, people. We'll be right back.
Yeah, brought to you by InCan Productions.
Where the sports are always first.